So, yeah, I installed Godot and I want to try to use it, but the thing is, I never tried before. And when I do not know what I'm doing, I do shit, and I don't have the time to read all the documentation and learn stuff, the right way, like any professional would do. I'm not a professional. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT stuff, and we are going to make it work with ChatGPT only because that's way more fun, that's why, don't you think so? Let's go! I simply started by asking ChatGPT if you want to game with me, and he answered yes. So I asked him if he had an actually idea of a game for me, because I'm someone that doesn't think too much. And he had somewhat of a basic idea, but it was enough because I don't know Godot, I don't know anything in it, and it's going to be a pain to make it work with ChatGPT, so let's go with that. And this game ID was really simple. It was basically a maze game. I was a mouse in a maze and I needed to find the cheese. So yeah, pretty basic, right? No, it wasn't. Because I had no idea to use tile set, I had no idea to make a tile set. I had no idea on how to do a scene. It's not like I'm used to Godot. I was working with Unity and it's really not the same. There is similarities, but it's quite opposite in some direction. Since I didn't know where to start, I decided to do the tiles in the first place. So I began to work on the very ugly, fucking ugly ass tiles because I'm not an artist. I don't know to do shit in art, neither. So after a very long time creating, oh my god, messy art, I asked ChatGPT how to do all tile sets, and here the first problem began. But thankfully I got some neurons working sometimes, so I tried to figure it out, and I did figure it out at some point, so that's it. At this point I wanted to add collision to certain tiles, but yeah, ChatGPT is so fucking famous that he doesn't know what he's doing, so I asked him how do I add collision in Godot at certain tiles. But like always, he doesn't know. He gave me some false answer and I have to figure it out like before. Thanks, buddy. With the collision final done on the tile sets, I wonder how do I create a player? Because if I don't have a player, I can make a game. So, ChatGPT. And here it is! His first answer without a real problem. Well, there is a problem, but at this point I didn't know it. And that, my friend, is a mistake I did. Don't judge, okay? Yes, it is supposed to be mouse. I'm not an artist, I already said it. And then finally, it was time to script. So I asked ChatGPT to make me a little script based on what I wanted. I wanted the mouse to follow the direction of the cursor. So she turn around and look at the cursor. And first he gave me that, but I didn't try it. I didn't need to. I just read the script and I saw that it was just rotating the sprite. That didn't make what I wanted, so another go. And then he gave me that. Honestly, I didn't know if it was going to work or not, so I tried it, and surprise, it didn't. I was having an error and I didn't know why. And oh my god. At some point I got that it's somewhat working, but not the way I wanted to, so I tried again and again and again. The thing is, ChatGPT is sometimes just overthinking it, is making some calculation way too complex because I don't know, it's just like that. The way I can achieve this is way simpler, but I didn't know it because I don't know all the function of Godot yet, so I asked ChatGPT, and if you giving tripe, I use crap. And crap doesn't work, so I getting mad, and getting mad lead me to sadness. I am just going to fast forward a little in there because there is not much to see and I don't know, it's just crap code all the time. And I do realize at some point that the way he's making me do that is because the first question I asked him is how to do a player controller in Godot. And he told me that I could use a kinematic body 2D or a rigid body 2D. And I'm coming from Unity, so rigid body 2D for me just work. I mean, it's just the way I do things most of the times. But in Godot, if you do with a rigid body 2D, you can't use some function like move and slide or move and collide, and that function are really useful for moving stuff, especially a character. And in Godot 4.2 there is a special node for player movement and player character. So it took me like 1 hour and a half to find out. After that I just discovered that you can actually do layout on the tile sets. So I'm seeing a potential there. I can use a background, a foreground, a middle ground, so I can technically use transparency mode in some of my tiles to make walls and shit, so I go back to Photoshop and make transparent walls. So, having some basic function finally working, I decide to do like the purpose of game, the cheese. The mouse go into the maze to chase the cheese. I'm not an artist, I already said it. My cheese is like, I don't know, a sponge, maybe. With the spongy cheese finally drawn and on the map, I wanted to literally have interaction with it, so I asked ChatGPT how to interact with it. But like usual, it doesn't work, and this time I don't know why. At first, ChatGPT told me to use a static object 2D, so that's what I did, but unless I screwed up something, static object 2D can't use the function unentered shape. I don't know why, maybe I'm bad at this, but I didn't find a way to do this, so I had to fucking recreate the object using an area 2D for it to work. A new error, good, good. Progress in the error. And finally, I got it working. So the next things I want to do is to create a new to show off the number of cheese I got, and that is the last thing I will do. And I hate UE elements. Really, I'm in other game engine like Unity or Unreal, and I fucking hate that. And ChatGPT doesn't help because it gives me shitty information, and I try and I try and I fail because nothing works as intended. All I want to do is to make a fucking placeholder for a script that will update the number of cheese I collected. That's simple, that's so fucking simple, and I broke on it so much. Once that's out of the way, ChatGPT finally told me something useful that I will use later, but it told me to do it in a way that just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, oh my god. I'm honest, I had to Google this because I didn't have any choice. I didn't understand why it doesn't work. It was about the autoload and the global scripts I could use to reference different scripts in my game all across the game, and that is really useful. And instead of all the crappy code it made me write, all I had to do is to create the variable in my global scripts, then go to my player scripts, and in the ready associate these scripts to the global script. And once I did that, all I had to do was to go into my UE script, use the global function I created earlier to retrieve the value of the variable that I was created in the player controller script, because I didn't do a game management script, it didn't need to. And there it was, I had the value, no, all I had to do was to actually show it. And there it is, after 3.5 hours I had a fucking mouse that run, that take cheese, and that's all. In 3 hours. 3.5 hours. I'm pretty sure if I had watched a tutorial or just read the documentation, I could have done that in like 45 minutes. Top. And that's it. That's all. I'm down. I'm tired. I need to sleep. Maybe I will go back to another project with ChatGPT or another stupid challenge like that in another game engine, but not for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, like, subscribe or don't, I don't care. Ciao.